Four Noble Truths is the first teaching that Buddha gave to the five first students of his in Sarnath, India, near Varanasi. And that's also the main teaching of Buddhism. Basically, the Four Noble Truths is about how to free oneself from suffering. Because it's understood that main wish for every sentient beings is to free oneself from all kinds of suffering, pain, and dissatisfaction. The first noble truth is the noble truth of suffering, which is the problem. To understand the problem is the first step towards the solution of the problem. So therefore he discussed about this suffering. It's not to say that life is suffering, but there is suffering in life. There's dissatisfaction in life. There's pain in the world. So therefore, what can we do so that we can be free from suffering and have lasting peace and happiness? And there, first you need to learn what is the nature of the problems and suffering. So therefore he talked about the suffering, and that's the first noble truth. The second noble truth is, what are the causes of these sufferings and problems and pain? If you want to get out of the pain and problems and the sufferings or the problems in the world, it's not possible to get rid of everything in the world that would make us unhappy, or that would create problems, or that would, bring some, disturbance to my mind. So the only way that we can deal with the problems could be that we change our own way of understanding things, reacting to things, how we work with our own emotions, our own reactions, our own habitual tendencies. And through that, we transform our own way of experiencing things. So therefore, we can say internal causes of our problem and pain and suffering is within us, our own negative emotions, our own negative habitual tendencies, our own way of seeing things, and then acting on them. Our actions motivated by those emotions and way of seeing. So therefore, the causes of suffering is described as kleshas, which is the negative emotions, and karma, that's the actions which comes out of those negative emotions. And this then leads to the third noble truth, which is that, is it possible to transform our emotions and thereby, we can transform our negative way of acting with body, speech, and mind into compassionate and loving and, understanding way of reacting. And here, the main understanding and experience of the Buddha comes in. And that is the most important, proposition of the Buddha, that when a person learns how to act with compassion and wisdom instead of negative emotions and negative habitual tendencies, then one can experience in a different way, with kindness, with peace, with joy, because that's our primordial state of our basic consciousness. And so therefore, when one can transform our negative emotions and way of reacting in a positive way, with compassion, with love, and with understanding, what we call sometimes wisdom, then it is possible to change our way of saying things, our way of reacting to things, and bring a true and genuine peace and joy and satisfaction in ourselves. And therefore, it's not something that only one person can do, but something that every being, every human being at least, can do. So therefore, this is the third noble truth, which is the cessation of suffering. The fourth noble truth is the noble truth of the path, which is the ways to work on, so that the causes of the suffering and the result, which is the suffering, is slowly, step by step, eliminated.